Ooh, that doesn't look good. Oh no, what is that?
It's a good thing you pulled that off.
Yeah. Dude, I think that is just sludge from neglecting to do oil changes. I've seen that in like commercials and stuff, but I've never seen that. Welcome back to Rowdy Relics. My name is Trevor, and it's June 6th. It's been a long time since I said I'm doing monthly videos now. But life happens, and I'm finally ready to get something done. So today I'm at my buddy Ethan's. I'm sitting in my Dodge, and in there is the Mercedes. So today I got a few things planned for it. I'm going to separate the transmission. I'm also going to attempt to install the rear sump oil pan and new pickup. Hopefully some of you guys benefit from this on your own Mercedes diesel projects. Anyway, let's get into it. There it is. Lots to do. Get all this out of the way so I can lift that up. Flip it over, get at it. Oh, I gotta drain the oil first too. Crap. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The old 12 valve. Let's go. We're back, and Ethan cleaned the whole freaking thing up for me. Thanks, dude. Plan of action. 1, transmission off. Put it on the stand, drain the oil, flip it over, take off the pan, and do that stuff. So let's get to it. Okay, keep going down, huh? Okay. Oh, wonderful. Woo! Ow!
I'm also not wearing steel toes.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, let her down and I'll fold up and get it moved.
That sounds like an orgasm.
Okay, I'm gonna get at this fucking oil pan. Ow! Steel toes are a must. So, once you got your Mercedes back on the stand, flip it upside down, and you're ready to take the oil pan off. The kit I'm installing today is from Ben's Injection. It's a rear sump kit. The oil pan is off of an OM608 out of some of the newer model Mercedes diesels, which I'd also love to get my hands on one day. And It's relatively simple to install, so we'll see what is all included in this kit. Relocated dipstick. They don't actually give you the dipstick. So you got the dipstick tube. I may have to replace that O-ring because that's not new. This is definitely used, which is what most of the kits are. I have 100 yards of bubble wrap. One thing I'll say about the Diesel Pump UK kit is they sandblast it and clean it off for you. This one is still covered in used oil. So that's cool. But you get what you pay for. You get a lot of bubble wrap. Yeah, literally just take it off the engine and put it in a bubble wrap. This will be the pump. I don't know if they give me extra hardware, so I might have to modify that. All right. Feels all right. Find a place to put this, and then start zapping that off. Yeah, pretty quality, huh?
Used.
They're all used, but the guys, the Diesel Pump UK guys, they clean this up and sandblast it for you and give you some new parts. Yeah, you know what else I'm looking at? No gasket. Good thing I grabbed a can of RTV. Yep, there's no gasket here. Okay, cool. Did you know that a 12 mil inverted Torx can also loosen a 10 mil inverted Torx? So there's two bolts that go directly into the oil pan with nothing else to it. Or maybe they were useful at one point, but they just come with these big long spacers, so maybe you can switch them out for something less ridiculous. But I'm just going to keep these in my bolt bin. And now we're ready to remove this thing, so I don't know how tough it's stuck on there. Not at all. Nice.
Nice.
Well, that's probably not great. It's pretty sludgy in the bottom there, so we'll see how this goes. Maybe I'll rip it a little bit and end up rebuilding it. So you remove the pump, and then the chain it'll kind of fish it out of there. Knock this out, take off the shroud. Oh, what's going on with my engine? Ooh, that doesn't look good. Oh no, what is that?
It's a Mercedes.
That is not. I don't even know what that is, dude.
What the hell are you?
I am Venom.
Can you hold this camera for a sec for me? Look at this.
Ew.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you pulled that off.
Yeah. Dude, I think that is just sludge from neglecting to do oil changes. I've seen that in like commercials and stuff, but I've never seen that, so that concerns me. But at the same time, I don't have any choice but to send it because I don't have money to rebuild it. So we'll fish some more of that shit out after. I'm probably just gonna flip it over and let it fall. What I was saying is that there's a few different types of main bolts here, and these ones are not supposed to have these hollowed out bolts with threads in them. Because in the other videos I've seen, you switch these main bolts with these so that you can bolt the new pump in over here. But we'll start pulling it off and seeing how it works, and we're gonna get into that sludge issue. That was disgusting.
That's rainbow too.
Oh, that's heat treating. They're all like that. That's heat treating. All right, I'm gonna bet it's a 10 mil. Yes, sir. Alan.
Oh, so that's not Alan. Steve, that's Steve.
Steve. Let's pull these cap screws off. Going to have to mess around with one of them. This one over here, should be able to see. The new pump is shorter, so I have to shorten this bolt. So far, that's all I know, but we'll see. These ones out. Okay, and then I guess you might not be able to see, but you're gonna lift the pump, tilt it, slack that chain off. That works. Okay. Walk the chain off, lay it to the side. Let's get that last bolt out, pull that off, see if we can find more of that sludge. I am super disappointed about that. Yeah, we're turning that over. Well, that was stupid. So earlier in this video, before I flipped the engine over, I pulled the drain plug. Nothing came out. And I'm like, oh, I must have drained the oil. And that's what Ethan thought too. He's like, oh, you already drained it before you brought it to my house. Turned it over and it was dripping, which I suspected a little bit. And then I found that sludge. Turned it over with the pan off. And now there's like 20 to 30 liters of oil on the ground. What a show this is. Wow. I think Sludge was plugging the port, the drain port. So, I don't know. I'm gonna take about an hour to clean all this up. Yeah, this is upsetting. This is a second issue I had with this. When I built the manifold and I went for a test fire with the EDC pump, it was only running on 3. It had 3 injectors that were loose because he compression tested it for me. This is no good either. That sludge I found, that was the gummiest stuff I've ever seen. It's like Jello in your oil pan. I've only seen that in like Castrol commercials, so.
I changed my oil. Why worry about engine sludge?
You can't see sludge coming.
Either way, I think I'm going to clean up and install this oil pan no matter what, because I do want this to run and drive, and the engine runs, but I mean, wow, was it ever neglected? Like, clearly. That is so bad. Yep, give me a few. This is what I just pulled out. That was the rest of the sludge that I found. Isn't that lovely? All right, I've cleaned up my oily mess. I'm just gonna knock this dipstick tube out quick. This is ready for silicone, and then I'll be dropping that one on. Yeah, I'm not really happy that I'm siliconing that on. I would have preferred a paper gasket, but play with the hands you're dealt. And I've had a lot of success with RTV in the past, so that's what we'll be doing. There's an O-ring that's supposed to go there. Now I gotta go get some O-rings. That groove there, I believe an O-ring is supposed to go there. I'll quick look it up and see, but yeah, definitely need that O-ring. So I'm gonna be going and getting that now. Got an O-ring for that. I'm gonna pop that on. There's just a little bit of grease on there to hold it in place. Oh, right, dipstick. Dipstick now. So what I plan to do here is I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna put silicone in here and put a bolt in. That'll seal it up. I did that on my 4Runner. Worked fantastic. Sawzall later. It is required to shorten. Actually, all three of these bolts, these cap screws. These two dead end, and if you try and torque them past point, you'll likely crack the block. These ridges here are thinner than the oil pump we removed. They're, I guess I'll call them feet, where they bolt up and seal. This one does not have a dead end. It can thread right through. However, if you look at that crank bolt, it definitely looks like it's gonna knock that too. So, yeah, I'm gonna shorten all three. All right, all three of these bolts have been shortened. Pop the O-ring back in there, and we'll begin to install it. Finally, the pump is bolted in. I did shorten all three of those bolts. Then I discovered that except for this one, this bolt, there was one bolt out of the 6 that was short. This one's fine. These other two, I've had to shorten down to about 1/4, maybe 3/8 of an inch. This is how long they actually are. And after this bolt's on, then I'm finally ready to silicone it in. Ethan, say hi. Huh? All right, one more clean on. That's finished. Last things to do is dipstick holes. The nice thing about this is that the OM608s had the dipstick in the pan. The shitty thing about it is that it lines up right with the starter. I don't think I have it angled down enough to see that. Yeah, so that's a starter, and that's a dipstick hole. And then I have to plug up, there it is, that hole. Yeah, so my solution to that is to take the old dipstick, cut a little bit off the bottom, cut a little bit off the top, right around where it seals, clean it up, silicone it in with a bolt. Bob's your uncle, all done. And then the new dipstick is on the other side, right here. So I just need to make sure that O-ring's good and then put that in with a little retainer bolt. Done. It's one of the easiest things ever. And then you kind of bend it up and it can mount actually right here to your oil filter. I'm probably not gonna do that though. But anyway, better grab my handy dandy favorite tool. Oh, you can see the nice flare where it seals. So I'm gonna cut right about here and right about here. This is a very dangerous method. Next time, get the angle grinder. Holy. Basically, pull this out, hammer that in there, like that. And then I'm gonna pull the bolt out, add some silicone, sealed. All right. The simple. This is what you do when you don't get the right kit. Done. Then for the other side, just a bit of WD-40 on the O-ring. Push it in. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I don't know. I lost it.
Lost what?
The dipstick tube.
Oh, I don't know where. I never saw it.
No?
Oh, look, it's right there.
Now I have to order a dipstick. That's so dumb. I am not sponsored by who supplied me this kit. I have to remove the starter to put this in? Wow. Okay. Dipstick here. Safe. Off. Wow. What an install. Oh, look what I found. I found the bolt. Find a bolt from somewhere else on your engine. And then you can put it where, right there. Haha. All right, there. Friggin' complete, other than, you know, the dipstick that we don't have for the dipstick tube. You can take your old dipstick, cut it off, and use it as a plug. There. I think this is probably the shittiest rear sump oil pan video for an OM606 on the internet right now, but that's how I did it because they didn't give me everything I needed. So, gonna order a dipstick. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Say bye.
Oh,
Cool.
Stay rowdy.